Hey, what is it, you sexy beast? GhostSickness, Tristan here. Sorry I didn't do a video yesterday, but I was pretty busy. Anyway, I'm gonna get right into it. So this is how my girlfriend and I broke up. Now this happened last month, actually on November 8th, and I just wanted to talk about it. It's been 2 weeks since I've talked about why we broke up, and I clarified kind of everything and my logic behind it. But if you want to watch those videos, those are definitely the prerequisite to this video. So there's the why we broke up, and then there's the let me clarify video. So if you guys want to watch those, you can. Links in the description below. But yeah, basically, I'm going to talk about how we broke up. So after that, I kind of came to my senses and made up my mind on basically Friday night, Saturday morning. So Saturday at work, I'm thinking about this all day. I'm just like, oh God, you know, I got to break up with her. There's just no way. This isn't going to work out. And, you know, honestly, I would have preferred if she dumped me because it would have been a lot easier. But I was like, okay, well, you know, this isn't going to work, and I don't want to wait until she decides to break up with me. So look, I'm just going to take action. I know it's not going to work, so I'm just going to break up with her. So anyway, and I didn't want to be like rude about it or anything. I just want to make that clear. I don't want to be like, oh, I broke up with her, she didn't break up with me. No, it was a definitely mutual thing, and I just wanted to take action for it. I just didn't want to, you know, sit around and her as well in like a miserable relationship. So anyway, so I'm texting her throughout the day a little bit at work, and I'm basically hinting at it. I'm like, hey, look, we need to talk. It's about us. And she's like, is it bad? And I'm like, yeah, it's bad. And so she obviously had a really good idea in her head what I was going to talk about. And so I get off work, I shower, I get ready, whatever, and then I go pick her up. So I pick her up, and I take her to ice cream. So we decided to go to ice cream. And so we're in the car, and she immediately just wants to talk about it. Like, I wanted to wait till we got to the ice cream place, but she just wanted to immediately talk about what I was talking about. What did I mean? Are we gonna break up? Well, what's going on? Should we work something out? Stuff like that. She immediately questioned me, and she was like, all right, well, what's going on? And so I'm like, and I was basically lost for words. Like, I'm not typically lost for words, but she got me in a spot, right? So I didn't want to tell her right away. I didn't want to tell her on the way to the ice cream place, right? Because I was expecting, I don't know, tears and stuff like that. I was expecting there just to be, yeah, just emotional, like, sadness. I don't know, something like that. And that's what I was expecting, right? Because that's what's happened in the past, and that's kind of just a pattern, right? 3 times makes a pattern. And so I was expecting that. But no, that's not what happened at all. So I'm lost for words for about 10 or 15 seconds. She just starts cracking up because I'm never usually lost for words, right? And so she's just cracking up, laughing at me, struggling to kind of word this and phrase it and not be a dick about it, not be rude about it. So I basically told her it wasn't working out. I thought I wanted to be more than friends, and I mentioned that I fucked up, like, right away. I mentioned it right away. I said the words, I fucked up, I'm sorry. I thought I wanted to be more than friends, and I didn't. And so she's like, okay, well, and then she just kind of starts laughing a little bit, and then she just gets really kind of pissed off, right? Like, she's just pissed off at me. And this happened throughout the rest of the night while we're at ice cream and stuff like that. So we're still driving on the way to ice cream, and I'm like, wait, you're not sad or anything? She's like, no, I'm just pretty pissed off at you. And I'm like, okay, well, it was just so weird, man. I was not expecting that at all. I wasn't expecting anger. I was expecting, you know, I didn't want to, like, crush her heart or anything. That's not what I wanted, but I was just expecting there to be, like, I don't know, like a why not or, like, something like that. It was really weird to me, and I don't mean to sound like an asshole here, like, oh, yeah, I wanted her to cry. No, I didn't want her to cry at all, but that's just how I thought it would go, right? And so when it ended in anger, I was like, what the fuck? I was totally, like, taken off guard by that. So we get to the ice cream place, and we're talking and kind of fighting a little bit about stuff like that and texting, and we talk about that a little bit more. But, so we get to the ice cream place, and it's pretty late, but they're still open. It was awesome. There was one girl working there. She's pretty cute, actually. Eyeing her a little bit, but that was the thing. Yeah, she probably caught on to that. I don't know. But, anyway, we get our ice cream. I get Rocky Road with, like, this chocolate-dipped cone with sprinkles on it. And, oh, my God, it was just way too much chocolate and sprinkles, and I could barely even finish the ice cream. So, I was pretty mad. I was working on the cone for a while we talked. And I'm just sitting there, and it's, you know, dripping all over my hands because it's melting and going through the bottom of the cone and shit. And it's just melting all over my hands, dripping on the floor a little bit, which I ended up cleaning up later with a towel. And then I ended up kind of wiping down with a wet towel and stuff like that. So anyway, we're talking, and we're just talking about stuff, and just, she's pissed off at me, like, the entire time. And I admit that I fucked up, like, I don't know, 10, 15 times, and that, you know, that I'm sorry and that I know I shouldn't have asked her out and that was the worst part and I didn't mean to put you through this and hurt you and stuff like that. I made that perfectly clear, but she was just pissed off at kind of the way I act, and like I said, I didn't say goodbye to her on Friday or something like that, and I didn't know why that was a big deal, and she basically explained to me, but I still didn't understand why it was a big deal, or as big of a deal as she made it out to be. So I'm like, okay, well, I get it. I understand why you're mad. That's justified. I'm not like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, it really caught me off guard. It was really weird, and I just kind of sat there basically with her complaining about how much of an asshole I am, and then she said I'm an asshole probably like 10 to 15 times as well. As many times as I called myself an asshole and said I fucked up, she said the same thing as well. So I'm just like, okay, feeling like complete shit. Like, I could not feel any better at all. There's just no way, and like, we got out some laughs, but for the most part, it was mostly that. And then she ended up posting a picture of me with my ice cream and on Facebook, and it's like, at least he got me ice cream first. Hashtag that single life though, or something like that. And so she posts it on Facebook and Instagram and tags me in it. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I get home and I just knew that the Facebook drama was starting. But anyway, on the way home, we're still fighting about stuff like that. We're still talking about this kind of stuff. Obviously, we'd already broken up, and we're just talking about stuff, and she was just complaining about me, like, not texting her back within a few hours. And I'm like, why is that such a big deal? Like, I texted you back. It's not like I wasn't texting you back. But she's like, yeah, it's probably because you were playing Call of Duty. You prefer this over me. And I'm like, god damn it, that's not what happened. I was busy. I was making videos. I was doing homework. Yeah, sometimes I was playing Call of Duty, but it wasn't like I would rather only play Call of Duty than text you. I was still texting you. But it was absolutely ridiculous, dude. You know, like, I wouldn't reply in like 2 hours to them, and she'd be like, hello, and I'm just like, that's kind of a turn off. Like, no thanks. I mean, I'm glad you like to text me and stuff like that, but I'm not texting you back because I'm ignoring you. I'm not texting you back because I'm busy. Like, there's a total difference there. And I call it like a girlfriend complex, where they think that just because they're your girlfriend now, that everything has changed and they're entitled to certain stuff like this, and that if you don't text back in like an hour, you don't love them and shit. And it's just like, yeah, so it's a girlfriend complex I've dealt with, and this was the second time. But this one wasn't nearly as bad as the first time, which, yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. I took her home, and she mentioned that, like, her dad had a rifle or something. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, I basically just, like, dropped her off, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I was going to drop her off, like, a street, because she mentioned that for some reason. Like, what are you going to do? Kill me? What's he going to do? Kill me? No, absolutely not. And now her parents hate me for some reason. Her parents used to really love and adore me. But my thought process is this. I thought I wanted to be more than friends and didn't. And she kind of thought the same thing. And we came to this realization that, yeah, we wouldn't work out as a couple. It just doesn't work. We're not about that life. So, but now her parents hate me. It's like, okay, so before I dated her, everything was fine. You liked me, everything was good. And then after I dated her, just because it didn't work out, and even though I was like kind of an asshole to her, but not like a complete total douchebag, like I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do anything like that, I didn't send nudes to other girls or receive nudes from other girls or anything like that, but all of a sudden, like, her parents hate me for this, and I'm just like, okay, well, whatever then, that's fine, I'll deal with it. Because, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. That sums up the 4-part kind of girlfriend relationship advice that happened in 1 week. It was pretty interesting stuff. Really hope you guys did enjoy. Remember the fact that I fucking love you. Bye. Have a good night.